You still young enough to scroll past this? Don't. Because what I'm about to tell you took me 81 years to understand, and you can hear it in the next few minutes if you're willing to listen. Not the polite version, not the kind people put in greeting cards or say at funerals. I'm talking about the truth, the uncomfortable kind, the kind people only admit when it's almost too late. My name is Dorothy Miller. I'm 81 years old. I live in a small, quiet house just outside Cleveland, Ohio, the same house my husband and I bought back in 1972 when gas was cheap, knees didn't hurt, and we thought life would take its time. It didn't. I'm not dying in some dramatic way. No hospital alarms, no rush, just fading, like a porch light left on too long, still glowing, but you know it won't last the night. And from here, from this worn-out recliner by the window where I sit every morning, I can see something most people can't. I can see the whole road, every turn, every moment I hesitated when I should have moved. Every time I said later, like it was a promise. Every person I kept at a distance because I was afraid of what loving them fully might cost me. And what I see? It doesn't scare me for myself. It scares me for you. Here's the first truth. Not something to think about later. Not something to write down. Hear it now. You believe, quietly, deeply, that you have time. It's in everything you do. The trip you'll take someday. The phone call you'll make when things calm down. The life you'll finally live, once everything lines up just right. You believe time belongs to you. It doesn't. Time was never yours. It was only ever borrowed. And nobody tells you how short the loan really is. Nobody sits you down at 30 or 40 and says, you've got maybe a few thousand weeks left, if you're lucky. No guarantees, no extensions. I know that now, because I'm at the end of it. And I swear to you, it came faster than anything I ever dreamed of. One moment I was raising my kids, Rebecca screaming in the kitchen, Andrew slamming doors, Melissa laughing too loud, Daniel running through the house like a storm. And then I blinked. Now the house is quiet, too quiet. And I sit here, staring at the same patch of sky every morning, wondering where all that time went. The road ends for all of us. That part is not up for debate. The only question is, what did you do while you were walking it? Now let me tell you something that's going to sting. You are living your life for people who are not even watching. I wasted decades doing it, carefully choosing what I said, what I wore, what I admitted I wanted, always adjusting, always performing. For an audience that was too busy performing their own lives to notice mine. Nobody was watching. They never were. The judgment you're afraid of? It's a ghost. It has no hands. It can't hold you unless you give it permission. And you've been giving it permission for years, letting it talk you out of things, convincing you to stay small because it feels safer. And yes, it is safer. But safe is not the same as alive. If I could go back, I wouldn't try to be liked. I wouldn't try to be perfect. I would just live, fully, messily, unapologetically, because this life, it's over in a blink. Let me tell you about the real thief of a life. It's not failure. Failure is loud, honest. It teaches you something. No. The real thief is comfort. Comfort walks into your home, sits in your favorite chair, and whispers, "Stay here. It's warm. You have enough. Why risk anything?" And you believe it. Because you do have enough, but enough is not why you're here. I watched people, smart, capable, full of life, slowly go quiet. Not because life crushed them, because comfort convinced them. They didn't need to try anymore. So they stopped, and they waited. And nothing came. Because nothing ever comes to people waiting inside comfort. Discomfort isn't punishment. It's proof you're still moving. The easy road, it leads somewhere, just nowhere worth going. If you're still here, good, because what I'm about to tell you next might be the part that changes everything.